All right, everybody, Phil with Vigor Training. Today, what we're going to be working on, this is going to be the very first in a series that's going to run all year this year, where I'm going to shoot all 50 states law enforcement qualification course of fire. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on daylight duty handgun for all 50 states. I'm going to go week by week. Every week is going to be a new state. And as a side benefit, we're going to add a little civics lesson into it. We're going back to high school history class, and we're going to shoot the states in order of statehood. So today, we're starting off with the first state, Delaware. So Delaware is one of the states that mandates part of their course, but not to a degree of complete specific course of fire, times, rounds fired. They do have some, but they also leave some things up to the instructor as well, including scoring, targets, actual distance, the number of rounds fired in particular drills. Some are specific, some are left open. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to shoot at the maximum distances that they require, and I will shoot their time parameters when the state mandates those. That's only a couple of drills. The rest of the drills, I'm going to pick a reasonable average time, and that's going to only really be a big problem, or a big issue, if you will, after I shoot the course of fire the first time. I'm going to shoot it through once, exactly as is written by the state, and then just to show how easy most state qualifications are, all 50 states, when I shoot these, I'm then going to go back and I'm going to shoot them double half. I first picked up that idea from Bob Vogel a bunch of years ago. He shot the Ohio state standards at double the distance in half the allotted time, just to show how easy the course of fire was. So I'm going to shoot each state's qualification course as is, and then I'm also going to shoot each state's course double half to see if I'm able to do that. Once I wrap it up, what we're going to do then is we're going to go over 4 categories and give them a score of 1 to 5 through 4 categories. And the 4 categories are difficulty, relevance, shootability, which means how easy are the commands for the shooters to understand, for the officers to understand the individual commands as they're written in the course of fire. And then finally, administration. What that means is, for my instructors, how easy is this course to set up, to run, to score, to administer to your officers. So once we get done, 1 out of 5, possible score of 20. We'll see how each state ranks against one another and how they stack up. So to start off this week, here's Delaware. Okay, here we go. So string 1 is 4 rounds from 2 separate positions behind cover at the 25 or greater. Now, the state doesn't give a time limit on this one, so I'm going to impose a very standard 5 second per round at the 25-yard line. So we're gonna go with a 20-second par time on this. It's 4 rounds total. I'm gonna shoot 2 right side barricade, 2 left side barricade. 4 rounds, 20 seconds. Here we go. Little quick, 9.91, so I'm already at my double half speed on that one. Okay, now for this one, this goes 15 yards or greater, so we're at the 15-yard line. This is going to be 6 rounds total from 2 positions behind cover again. So adding 2 rounds, still 2 positions, still going to go right side, left side barricade. All right, this time what I think we're going to do, because we added those 2 rounds, but we've come in a little bit closer, I think we're going to go to 15 seconds on this one. Again, the state doesn't mandate a time here on this, the way it's listed. So I'm going to run this in 15 seconds, go 3 and 3, right side, left side. All right, the next string is going to be pairs. They call for this drill to be run 3 times and can be run from the 7 to the 10-yard line. So like I mentioned, I'm always going to choose the furthest away, even though I suspect most agencies either choose the closest or somewhere in the middle here. So this is 2 rounds at the 10-yard line. We're going to repeat this 3 times. Guys, I'm going to keep with contemporary times for these qualification courses and what I see in a lot of places, and I'm going to give myself 4 seconds. I know that's a ridiculous amount of time, but that's what we're going to go with. We're going to give ourselves 4 seconds. I'm going to repeat this drill 3 times. So pairs at 10 and 4 seconds. Here we go. One more. The next course fire is from the 7-yard line. This is called the move off the X drill. I'm assuming this is some form of a short movement from holster drill that they're looking for. Again, they don't list a time, and it calls for 6 rounds. Now, it doesn't say multiple repetitions, so I'm assuming this is a moving from a short movement from holster followed by 6 rounds. I'm up at the 7-yard line. A normal time for this, I'm gonna go ahead and say 5 seconds, even though, I mean, I know that's ridiculous, but I'm gonna give it a shot and say 5 seconds here. So we're gonna do a short movement from holster, fire 6 rounds. I got 5 seconds. Tell you what, yeah, let's make it 5 seconds. All right, here we go. Okay, the next string of fire calls for a support hand reload drill. It's calling for 3 rounds. I have no real clue what they mean by a support hand reload drill, what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to start it. So I'm going to interpret here and give you my best guess. So what I'm going to work on here is I'm going to draw a transfer to my support hand, fire 1 round support hand only to slide lock, perform a support hand only reload. I'm assuming they're looking to test some form of compromisability here. No real idea what they got going on. Usually if you see something like this in the course of fire, the time limits are exceptionally long. So I'm gonna go ahead and give myself 12 seconds on this one. I have no idea. Like I said, I think this is what they mean in this drill. I guess we're gonna find out. So I'm gonna give myself 12 seconds to fire 1, perform a support hand only reload, fire 2 more. The distances, interestingly enough, they listed 3 to 10. I'm gonna shoot it at 10 yards. I'm gonna shoot it at the maximum distance. I'm gonna shoot it back at 10 and see where we go with it. All right, 12 seconds, here we go. Okay, next up is strong hand, support hand. Again, they give us the 5 to 7 this time. So I'm gonna be at 7 yards. It's 6 rounds total, no state mandated time limit. So I'm gonna draw, go 3 rounds strong hand, transition to support hand, go 3 rounds support hand. It's my best guess as to what they're looking for in this drill. Again, they leave it kind of open-ended the way that it's written in the Delaware law. So we're gonna go draw 3 strong, draw 3 support. I give myself, realistically, I'll give myself, let's call it, let's say 10 seconds for this drill. Sounds appropriate. It's ridiculously slow, but we'll give it a shot. 10 seconds. At the 7-yard line, 3, 3. Here we go. The next drill is going to be at the 5-yard line. This is listed in the law as 3 to 5. I'm going to do it at 5. This is pairs from the 5, and this is the first time the state mandates a time. So they're saying you have 4 seconds for 2 rounds of 5 yards. We're going to repeat this drill twice. Here we go, one more time. $1.16 for the pair. 4 seconds is probably too long. Okay, again, we're working from the 5, and just like before, 3 to 5 is the distance that they put in the law itself. Now we're back at the 5. This is the combat reload drill, they call this. So you need to fire 3 rounds in each string. We're going to repeat it twice. I'm going to do draw 2 rounds, emergency reload 1 round. Okay, this is another one where the state mandates a time, and get ready for this burning speed. You get 9 seconds to do this. 9 seconds. Let's give it a try. Hopefully I can do it. All right, round 2. That was 3:30. $3.20. Still not fast. Not 9 seconds. The second last drill in this course of fire is a 6-round, what they have listed as a get back drill. I'm guessing this is probably a short movement from holster to 6 o'clock to the rear, firing 6 rounds. Right back to the no time listed though. So a drill like this distance, knowing everything else about the time parameters they put in those previous drills, I give myself, let's call it 5 seconds here. All right, we're gonna give myself 5 seconds on this one to draw, fire 6 rounds while stepping back. See if we can pull it off. even with a terrible grip. Now, the last drill they do is really kind of odd. It just says any of the previous drills for 3 rounds. Any of them. You can go anywhere. Do any drill you want. So I got to pick one, figure it out, and shoot the final 3 rounds. It's like they got to 47 and they just went, 3 rounds to go, whatever you want. We'll give it a shot. And there you have it. That is it. Okay, we're gonna walk up here, take a look. I'm gonna score this. Again, I'm gonna use the Q bottle in out. Looks like, guys, I'm 100% here on this one. Not perfect, kind of sloppy, a little cold. Interestingly enough, that little fella right there, he was the very first shot. I called an absolute shank from the 25. And you can see I missed from my aim point by about a foot. So pretty terrible shot, but that's gonna be 100%. So that was 100%, obviously meeting all time hacks. So guys, that is the Delaware 50 round daylight duty handgun course of fire. Now I'm gonna give it a shot at double half. .174, good on the first one. .176, good on the second. Better hits too. 179 on the third. Still in my time hacks. Okay, 2.66, which means I dropped 1 round. So I've lost 1 round so far due to time. And I loaded an empty magazine. I was way over time anyway. I knew I was going to drop those too. .150, I can slow down and make better hits. Two seconds flat. All right, so now the important part is, let's go up, let's walk up, let's take a look. I didn't shoot it perfect, I can see that, but just curious as to what we got score wise. Okay, here we go, let's take a look. All right. Okay, so the double half, I ended up scoring, as you can see, a 41 out of 50. So by Delaware state standards, that's an 80%. That's an 82%, which means I pass. I passed double half, Delaware. I got you. All right. You got me with 2 not fired, 1 overtime, 5 misses, and 6 misses. One of them completely, I have no idea. It's somewhere on the paper or somewhere. It hit the dirt. That's all I know. All right. So guys, so the Delaware qualification course, I want to shoot the double half first before I gave a difficulty score. All right. I wanted to see that difficulty score before I make my determination as to what I'm going to do. Because remember, I'm going to rate difficulty, relevance. I'm going to rate shootability and administration, the ability to administer the course by instructors. So first, guys, difficulty. I'm going to base difficulty on my double half. If I base difficulty on the standard state qualification scores, I'd give every state across the country a 1, maybe even a 0 in a lot of cases. They're all ridiculously easy. The standard is too low, and we must bring that standard up. So I'm going to base it on the double half standard, where it actually is a little bit challenging. All right, so I scrape by the skin of my teeth. Delaware requires 80%. So an 80 percentile score is going to give me a difficulty of 3 out of 5. Now, as far as relevance goes, I think if I administered this course close to what I believe the spirit they had in mind in checking different manner of skills, It does hit some things. It misses some of the relevant, realistic application. There's zero courses of fire from the ready that I noticed in this, which is a really, really huge issue that I see in a lot of qualification courses. So I'm also going to give them a 3 out of 5 on relevance as well. Okay. Now, shootability. For the individual officers to understand the commands, they're fairly simple. If I were running this course of fire, I could belt this out pretty quick. I'm going to go ahead and give them 4 out of 5. Okay, 4 to 5 on shootability for the actual officer shooting the course. Now, for as administration, scoring in this with a Q target, the way I did it was exceptionally simple. All right, I imagine a lot of departments probably do something very, very similar to this. Very simple, very quick, very easy to administer. Okay, the actual directions that are written from the state are pretty vague though. They don't go into a lot of detail, and it feels like there's a lot of room there for interpretation. That can be good, that can be bad. I don't mind that, but they need to give more detail about what they're trying to get you to do. They use a lot of buzzwords and catchphrases. Now, it's entirely possible that the entire state of Delaware knows exactly what I'm talking about, or I don't have some information that is relevant to this. This is just what I found on the internet, so it could be I'm wrong here. But based on what I read in the Delaware state regulation, pretty vague, and because of that, I would have given them a 3. I'm gonna drop them down to a 2. So we got 3, 3, 4, 2, means Delaware sitting at a 12 out of 20. Guys, hope you enjoyed this. If you did, go ahead, hit the like, subscribe, comment. Love to hear what you think, particularly from my Delaware officers. Tell me what I did wrong. All right, tell me where I messed up, and tell me how you guys do. If you have something different or you do something different, keep an eye on the channel, guys. We're gonna have a lot more of these. Next up, Pennsylvania.